Have you ever stopped to think why most people work their entire lives and still end their days without experiencing financial prosperity? It's hard to admit, but thousands die without even touching the purposeful wealth they could have lived. Meanwhile, few, very few, have discovered the ancient secrets of the Bible that reveal the key to prosperity. And no, it's not about luck or inheritance. It's about a wealth mindset, smart decisions, and the wisdom that generates wealth. King Solomon, considered the wisest man in history, revealed a path that almost no one dares to follow. He showed that biblical prosperity is not achieved by chasing money, but by attracting it through wisdom and abundance. Most believe that hard work is enough, but remain trapped in a scarcity mentality. The few who apply the power of gratitude, the law of sowing, and spiritual prosperity discover lasting wealth that transforms generations. And here's a counterintuitive statement. Money isn't the problem. Lack of wisdom is. The truth is, you can make tons of money and remain poor if you don't learn the abundance mindset that activates the path to success. But don't worry, the good news is that the secrets revealed by King Solomon are available to anyone who decides to apply them today. The question is, are you ready to discover the key to prosperity that most people ignore? Most people reach the end of their lives without experiencing the revealed prosperity that King Solomon so often taught. And it's not because God has forgotten them, but because they've lived trapped in a limited mindset. Life is made up of intelligent decisions, but when the same mistakes are repeated, spending more than one earns, living without planning, and rejecting wise counsel, the result could only be scarcity. Poverty in this sense is not just a lack of money, but a lack of vision. When someone grows up believing that money is dirty, or that rich people don't go to heaven, they end up blocking the key to prosperity that is within everyone's reach. These ingrained thoughts, often stemming from phrases heard in childhood, prevent the development of an abundance mindset. And it is precisely this mindset that paves the way for financial prosperity, purposeful wealth, and the power of gratitude. As Solomon said, the wisdom that generates wealth is more precious than gold. Now, notice something interesting. The path to success doesn't depend solely on hard work, but on aligning decisions with wisdom and abundance. Think about someone who spends years chasing money but never learns the ancient secrets of biblical prosperity. This person may earn well, but without wisdom, they lose everything through poor choices. Solomon's true wealth, the kind that generates spiritual prosperity and lasting wealth, arises when one learns to see beyond the obvious. And that's precisely where the big difference begins that no one sees. Few realize that true financial prosperity isn't about chasing money like a shadow. King Solomon understood early on that money and wisdom go hand in hand. Those who seek only money end up enslaved by it, but those who seek wisdom and abundance attract money as a consequence. This is why we see simple people, yet with a wealth mindset, achieving revealed prosperity, while others, even with good salaries, live in debt. This key to prosperity is almost invisible to most because it requires a mindset shift. Instead of repeating, "I need more money," people begin to ask, "How can I create value?" Consider, for example, someone who decides to study personal finance, learn about investing, and apply the law of sowing in practice. They sow discipline, knowledge, and patience and reap lasting wealth. This is wealth with purpose, based on smart decisions that generate not only profit but also peace. Now here's a curious detail. Money chases those who become solutions, not those who just complain about life. Companies seek professionals who offer wisdom and abundance, not excuses. People want to buy from those who convey spiritual and biblical prosperity, not from those who only think about taking advantage. This is where the great secret of the Bible is revealed. It is not blind effort that brings revealed prosperity, but the alignment between money and wisdom. And this understanding prepares us to delve into Solomon's boldest request. When God gave Solomon the opportunity to choose anything, riches, power, fame, he asked for wisdom. And therein lies the ancient secret of biblical prosperity. While many would have chosen gold or land, he sought the wisdom that generates wealth. The result: he received not only wisdom and abundance, but also Solomon's wealth, which to this day is remembered as one of the greatest expressions of prosperity revealed in history. This request highlights the difference between those who seek only money and those who understand the path to success. Money without wisdom slips through the fingers, but wisdom with purpose attracts financial prosperity, lasting wealth, and spiritual prosperity. Imagine someone who inherits a fortune but doesn't know how to manage it. In a few years, they lose everything. Another, however, with intelligent decisions based on wisdom, multiplies even small resources. It's as the law of sowing says, those who sow wisdom reap biblical prosperity. The most incredible thing is that this principle isn't just an ancient story, but an ancient secret applicable to this day. When someone chooses to learn before spending, listen before acting, and give thanks before asking, they're already activating the key to prosperity. Solomon understood that purposeful wealth arises from the balance between money and wisdom. And if wisdom opened the door to the prosperity revealed to him, isn't it precisely the scarcity mindset that closes so many doors today? The scarcity mentality is like an invisible chain that binds millions of people. Those who constantly repeat phrases like, "money doesn't grow on trees," or "this isn't for poor people," create walls that prevent biblical prosperity from manifesting. King Solomon taught that the mouth speaks from the abundance of the heart, and if the heart is filled with fear and limitation, revealed prosperity will hardly find space. It's like trying to plant in dry soil. Without faith, without vision, nothing grows. Consider, for example, someone who convinces themselves they'll never get rich because they weren't born into a wealthy family. This belief blocks their abundance mindset and prevents them from seeing opportunities. Meanwhile, another person with fewer resources but smart decisions discovers they can invest in knowledge, start a small business, and apply the power of gratitude daily. The difference isn't in what they have in their hands, but in the wealth mindset they carry within. And the curious thing is that often seemingly innocent phrases fuel this prison. Money is hard to come by. I'm unlucky. God doesn't want me to be rich. All these statements push away purposeful wealth and the path to success. Wisdom and abundance only manifest when a person learns to change their inner discourse. But if a scarcity mindset closes doors, an abundance mindset opens windows no one imagined. The abundance mindset is like opening the curtains of a dark room and letting in light. Those who learn to view life with gratitude begin to see opportunities where before they saw only problems. King Solomon understood this principle. When a person cultivates the power of gratitude, they attract spiritual and financial prosperity because they recognize that each small achievement is a seed for something greater. This is the wisdom that generates wealth, seeing the little as the beginning of a great harvest. A simple example: someone earns a modest salary but decides to save part of it, invest in books of wisdom, and seek practical financial knowledge. This act of discipline turns a little into a lot. Another, who earns more but constantly complains and spends aimlessly, never activates the key to prosperity. It's the law of sowing in action. Those who plant vision and gratitude reap lasting wealth and abundance. Small habits, like writing down reasons to be grateful daily or investing in courses that broaden your vision, are concrete steps on the path to success. An abundance mindset is also linked to smart decisions. Those who think big don't limit themselves to the present, but plant seeds for the future. Gratitude, vision, and purpose are ancient secrets that transform ordinary lives into extraordinary stories. And this revealed prosperity is not only material, but also spiritual, because ultimately, those who understand Solomon's wealth realize that biblical prosperity is living in alignment with wisdom and abundance. But what about when someone doesn't plant anything? Can they still expect to reap something? Solomon revealed an eternal principle: those who sow nothing, reap nothing. Simple yet powerful. The law of sowing never fails, for it is an ancient secret established by God from the beginning. Those who sow wisdom and abundance reap revealed prosperity and lasting wealth. Those who live in a mindset of scarcity, never planting anything of value, remain trapped in the cycle of poverty. It's like expecting fruit from a tree that never received seed. In practice, this law applies to all areas of life. If someone wants financial prosperity but doesn't invest in learning, working purposefully, and making smart decisions, they will never reap biblical prosperity. The same is true in the spiritual realm. Those who don't cultivate gratitude, faith, and an abundance mindset will have a hard time achieving spiritual prosperity. The secret to Solomon's wealth was precisely planting wisdom before anything else. He understood that money and wisdom always go hand in hand, and if this law is so clear, why do so many ignore it? Perhaps because planting requires effort, patience, and vision. Many want to reap quickly, but few understand that sowing is about constancy, investing in knowledge, cultivating good relationships, dedicating time to faith. These seeds are invisible at first, but they inevitably bring financial and spiritual prosperity. After all, those who sow wealth with purpose reap the path to success. And this is where the question arises. If sowing is essential, what about laziness and lack of diligence? Solomon said that diligent hands make rich, but laziness leads to poverty. This truth remains relevant today and explains why many never achieve financial prosperity. It's not just about working hard, but about cultivating discipline, vision, and wisdom that generate wealth. A lack of diligence causes people to waste time on distractions when they could be planting seeds of biblical prosperity and reaping lasting wealth. Those who don't act consistently always end up starting from scratch. Practical example. Someone decides to open a small business but gives up at the first hurdle because they lack discipline. Yet another, even with little capital, perseveres, seeks knowledge, and makes smart decisions. This second, with an abundance mindset, activates the key to prosperity and attracts revealed prosperity. It's not just physical effort, it's spiritual and strategic diligence, organizing finances, setting goals, and living with purpose. This is how the path to success is shaped. Laziness, on the other hand, hides behind excuses. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. I'll leave it for tomorrow. These phrases steal spiritual prosperity and drive away purposeful wealth. The power of gratitude and daily discipline are ancient secrets that transform ordinary lives into extraordinary stories. And just think, if words have so much power to shape choices, doesn't what we declare about our lives directly influence the prosperity we attract? Words have the power to build or destroy destinies. Those who constantly say, "I'll never prosper," or "money isn't for me," are, without realizing it, signing a sentence against their own financial prosperity. King Solomon already taught in the secrets of the Bible that life and death are in the power of the tongue. The abundance mindset begins right in the mouth, declaring revealed prosperity, wealth with purpose, and the path to success opens doors that previously seemed closed. A simple example, someone who decides every day to be grateful for what they have and declare that they are growing in wisdom and abundance. This act activates the power of gratitude and plants invisible seeds of biblical prosperity. This is different from someone who wakes up grumbling, complaining about work, and repeating words of scarcity. Words shape not only the mood of the day, but also one's financial and spiritual destiny. Like a law of verbal sowing, what you say is what, sooner or later, you reap. The curious thing is that even those who don't believe in this principle end up experiencing its effect. People who speak of faith attract opportunities, while those who speak of fear drive everything away. Therefore, declaring wisdom that generates wealth, speaking of spiritual prosperity, and visualizing lasting wealth is not just empty optimism. It is aligning oneself with ancient secrets. But if words direct life, isn't there a greater key, capable of aligning money and wisdom in a single journey of prosperity? The key to prosperity is not hidden in some secret vault, but in the wisdom that generates wealth. King Solomon discovered this ancient secret when he asked for understanding instead of gold. Biblical prosperity comes when we seek knowledge, make intelligent decisions, and live with purpose. Money and wisdom, when combined, generate revealed prosperity and lasting wealth. Those who understand this will never see life the same way again. In practice, the key to prosperity requires aligning spiritual prosperity with financial prosperity. There's no point in having a lot of money if the soul lives empty, without gratitude and without purpose. Purposeful wealth arises when a person decides to continually learn, act with discipline, and use their resources to transform not only their own life, but also the lives of others. It's the power of gratitude in action, multiplying wisdom and abundance in every decision. And here's the big difference. While many seek shortcuts, those who follow this path to success build Solomon's wealth, solid and lasting. The prosperity revealed doesn't come from haste, but from constant planting, applied faith, and a vision for the future. It's a lifestyle, not just a lucky moment. And when this key is turned, the door opens to biblical secrets that show that to prosper is to live in abundance, purpose, and gratitude, always. King Solomon left not only riches, but also ancient secrets that have spanned generations. He proved that wisdom that generates wealth is the true key to prosperity, and that biblical prosperity arises from intelligent decisions, the law of sowing, and an abundance mindset. Now, the question that resonates is simple. Will you continue repeating the same patterns as most who end their lives without spiritual and financial prosperity? Or will you dare to forge the path to success? Stop for a moment and think. How many years have passed? And how many times have you promised yourself you'd change, only to fall back into old habits? Words of scarcity, laziness, lack of diligence, and fear of risk have robbed you of too many dreams. Solomon's challenge to you is to choose today to apply the power of gratitude, seek wisdom and abundance, and align spiritual prosperity with financial prosperity. Money will come as a consequence of a life guided by purposeful wealth. So here's the final provocation. Will you repeat the mistakes of the majority who die poor, or will you apply today the age-old secrets that reveal the key to prosperity? The choice is before you, as it was before Solomon. And remember, those who sow wisdom reap revealed prosperity. Those who decide with faith build lasting wealth. And those who act with purpose experience the true riches of Solomon. The decision is yours, and so is the future.